Wolf202 here, and welcome back to today's new video. Today, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am explaining Royce's story in complete detail as much as I can, because I get lost for words most of the time when I'm trying to do this kind of videos, but yeah, I'm going to be explaining Royce's story to you so you understand what the story is about and what the characters are going through, so you understand all that. Yeah. Um, just checking. No, nobody's watching. Okay, well, I'm gonna go through this, and hopefully people will just join in later. But anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So in the beginning, we start out with the first part of Royce's story, which is sad song. Basically, in this part, it's just showing the beginning of everything that happened, and it's showing that how Rose and Red Bear got together, and how they later how Red Bear later died, and then yeah. So here's him confessing to Rose that he loves her and wants to be with her. There's that. Just checking, make sure nobody's watching. Okay. Well, I'll continue anyway. So then we show in the past how they first met, quote unquote met. They didn't really meet. This is the first time they met. But this is the first time they met when Red Bear was Red Bear. And we move to Red Bear being in hell, because that's where he's at right now. We have Rose singing. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of difficult for me to explain because I have no way with words. I have a terrible way with words. I can't explain very well. So I hope this turns out how I want it to turn out. But this is them. Red Bear's proposing to Rose. And of course she says yes. And then there's their wedding, where Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy walk her down the aisle because they have forgiven. They've forgiven. And then Rose ends up pregnant. Now, this is the saddest part of this video that everybody will ever see, because 3 months later, Rose loses the baby. Well, quote unquote, loses the baby. She doesn't really lose the baby. It'll be explained later on what happened. But basically, here's Mary coming out and saying she's fine. She just can't have babies anymore. And here's where Red Bear breaks down. So Red Bear has his servos and stuff are not working anymore. His whole body isn't working. So he breaks down and shuts down. And that's about it for part one. Other than the last part, which I will explain once we get to that, which I will probably just skip to it. And this is where we see Shadow Rose walk in and take over Rose's mind, enter Rose's mind, and then that's when part 2 comes in. So part 2 I will get to once this ad is over, because there's ads on this video. because I haven't monetized. Alright. Alright, so we get to part 2, and part 2 is where Shadow Rose is basically trying to convince Rose to turn to the dark side again and become evil. And basically, she later on in the video accepts this and becomes Royce. So Rose felt like she wasn't strong enough, she wasn't capable enough as a woman. So she becomes Royce to change that. So, sorry guys. So she becomes Royce. And Royce is a sexist guy who only cares about himself at that moment, even though he does care for Red Bear. But inside, Rose cares for Red Bear and Mary and everybody else. But Royce does not. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next part now. Part 3, you'll be back. So part 3 is basically about how Royce is trying to get information out of Mary, and Mary's not giving it to him, so he's singing about how she'll be back even if he hurts her or does anything to her. And Mary is basically trying to hold back information on where Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy are. They have a contract together where Mary signed that she would help Rose with anything she needed, and this is just her using that. And this is not a ship. This is not a ship. No, as the title states, not a ship. And at the end it states not a ship because it's not a ship. It's definitely not. No one needs to ship this. This is not allowed. Anyway, so yeah. Basically, he's trying to get information out of Mary to see where Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy are, and she basically gives that to him at the end, which leads us into our 4th part, Hell to Your Doorstep. This was basically okay. So in the original part, I was going to have Royce kill Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, but that did not end up happening because I figured it wouldn't work out the way I wanted it to, and I don't want Rose to be like, after she turns good again, to be like, oh my god, I did that, I'm a terrible person. But I didn't want that to happen, so I changed it to where Royce just takes over their mind and controls them for a little bit. But yeah, that's about it for this part. All right. So part 5, where it's just Mary's part to explain how she's going through this stuff with him, and she. Oh god, I'm so sorry, guys. This is so unprofessional. Basically, she's going through some stuff with Royce, and Royce is very abusive towards her. So she's trying to. Why is my thing not working? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Guys, my thing's not working. Hold on. I didn't close out of that. Oh my god, my cursor. What is going on? I'm not touching it for right now. I'm not touching it. Anyway, back to this. Stupid piece of crap. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, basically, this is just about how she's going through some abusive stuff with Royce. So, yeah, and she's hoping that Rose will come back, but she knows that she probably won't. But she does. So, yeah, Mary has some issues. But that's not it for this part. So we'll go ahead and skip to the next part, which is Oliver's part. So Oliver comes in, and Oliver is the son of Endor and Montgomery Gator. we don't question it. We'll both have a good time, guys. We're not questioning it. Anyway, basically in this part, Oliver's hearing these voices, and it's telling him to go somewhere. It's telling him to follow it, follow the voice that's like leading him somewhere. He doesn't want to, but at the same time he does. So eventually, at the end, he does follow that voice and finds Royce. And in this part, which is part 7, Drift Away, Royce is basically explaining what happened between Rose and Endor, and how Endor left her behind when he left to a different dimension, and basically left her behind. And yeah. Well, in the original thing, she actually followed through the portal, but ended up in a different place, and ended up in the Shadow Realm, where she met Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, and they became her parents. But I didn't show that in this video because I was like, I'm not showing that. That's gonna take too long. So I didn't show that. Good, sure, professional of me. But yeah, that's basically what this part is about. If I can skip to the next part. Alright, this part is basically Rose telling Oliver there is no choice for her redemption for her. She is far too gone, and she will not be choosing redemption because it's not an option for her. Alright, part 9. Nothing left to lose. Yeah. I had to remember. This is basically the part where Oliver's still trying to convince her that she can turn good again, but she's definitely not going to choose that right now because she's lost everything. So she chose the path of darkness, and she's staying on it. Alright, next part, part 10. Okay, so this part is basically where Mary gives Royce the idea to hold a ball in order to bring in the rest of her enemies. But this turns out to be a plot against Royce because the Withered Shadow, which is my friend Shadow's character, is basically disguising himself as Red Bear in order to lead Rose into a false sense of security, into thinking that Red Bear is alive, Red Bear is there, Red Bear's alive, and he's not dead. And she believes this, but it ends up being just a trap in order for Endor and the others to free Oliver. So this was just an idea that they had, and they went with it. So they distracted Rose, then somebody else distracted Shadow Royce, and then they got what they needed to get. And then we go to the next part, which is other friends, which was fun for me to make. And this is when the Kin Master logo comes back. Yay! We all missed it. No, we did not. I really wanted to get all this done before that came back, but it did not happen in the way I wanted it to. So, anyway, we're going to move on to this. Basically, what's happening here is... God, I need to stop yawning. Jeez. Guys, I have really big issues right now. I keep yawning. But anyway, this is basically where Royce has had enough of everything and is really peed off. He's just so mad that he's just going to kill everybody there. So he is going through that. Is going to do that until the ending part, which I will show here in a second. As soon as I can get to it. Until the ending part where Oliver says to Royce, "Rose, wait, your child isn't dead." And then Rose just like, "What? What happened?" And she's like, "But how?" And Shadow Royce took them into the Shadow Realm, took them away into the Shadow Realm. Give me back my child and leave. Fine, just know he won't be happy. He is something that's going to come in a surprise thing that I will explain at the end of this video. So, in the last part of Royce's story, this is basically explaining how Rose actually met Red Bear, aka Connor, in high school, and they basically were together for a while, and basically how he died and how not really how he became Red Bear, because I'm not sure how he became Red Bear yet. That maybe will be explained in something else that I'm working on, but we'll see. For now, it's not explained in anything, so it's just an up to your imagination, guys. What do you guys think? How did he become this? But anyway, how they met in high school, how they fell in love, and how they were basically together for a while. And then this next part happens, where Connor explains to Rose that he has a brain tumor. And it's so bad that the doctors can't do anything about it. So he's basically going to die. This comes to a shock. Comes to Rose in shock. She doesn't know how to deal with it, so she avoids going to see him and avoids going to talk to him or anything. So she becomes angry, becomes resentful, and basically that's what it's showing here when Endor tries to comfort her. She's like, "Get the freak out, I don't want to talk to you." And yeah, basically until the end of this video, she finally decides to go visit him, but it's already too late. It's spread too much that he is now in bed and he is close to death. Like, he only has a few minutes left to live. So yeah, it's a sad video, but I figured it needed to go out with like this sad note, because the rest of it has been, oh my god, kill. Need to do this. Need to abuse Mary. Need to do all this, but it doesn't end up like that. And Rose ends up having 2 children named Ruby and Ryan, and they are both amazing, and she's happy at the end, at least. That's what at least this is showing. She's not happy, she's not depressed, she's happy, she's in a place where she wants to be, and she has 2 beautiful children, and they are both hers and Red Bear's children. So, yeah, guys, this is the end of Royce's story. It's been a long run. It's been a long time coming. Like, I've spent so long. Like, this video is edited twice. and about to be uploaded twice because I was not happy with the first way I did it. So I did it a second time, and this was the second outcome, and it was great. And I'm so happy that it's over because I can now work on other things too besides this, because this took up a lot of time and effort, and I'm just so happy it's done. But now I am worn out. I am so happy it's done and over with, but at the same time, I wish I could go back and re-edit some things. But I'm not going to do that because that's going to take so much more time, and I've already worked so hard on this series. So, yeah. But the big news, guys, is that this is not the end of Royce's story or Rose or any of the characters, because this will be coming back in a gotcha series. Yes, a gotcha voice acted series, if I may add. This will be coming back in a gotcha voice acted series. So I hope you guys are ready for that, because this is gonna be great. This is gonna be fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please leave a like and comment down below what you would like to see next. I am excited to come out with this new series so you guys can see more of Royce's story and how it goes and what's going to happen. And yeah, there's going to be a lot that's going to happen. And I'm going to explain what he is, because who is he? That's going to be something that will be explained in the next series. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, my wolf pack.